In this video, we're going to look at some tips and tricks for prompting. And you generally have two types of prompting styles. The first is that more structured component type prompt that we saw in the previous video. And the second is more conversational style, where you're just engaging with ChatGPT. It gives you an output, you then re-engage, and it's like having a conversation with a friend. And these tips can be used for both, but I find very useful in particular when you're having that conversational style. And the first is to ask ChatGPT to ask you whatever questions it needs to provide the best possible output. So for example, if you're doing a social media post, you can ask, please ask me any questions you need to provide the best possible output. And it will list you a range of questions that not only helps you with that specific task, but also with future prompts, because you may want to turn that into a prompt that you reuse. And then you'll know the components of what you need to input each time to get a good output. The second is to reframe. If you get a bad output from ChatGPT, often the error lies with us, not with the LLM. One thing you can do is ask ChatGPT or another LLM to refine the initial prompt based on the problem that you've identified in the output. So for example, if you asked for a social media post and it came out 3 paragraphs long and you really wanted just a couple of sentences with emojis, etc., you could say, please refine my initial prompt because I actually didn't want it to be so long. I wanted this, that, and the other, and it'll actually refine your initial prompt for you. Using examples is another incredibly beneficial way to improve the output. These LLMs work on patterns, so the more context you can provide it, especially with an example, the better the output will be. And keeping the human in the loop. We're not replacing people with AI. We're trying to engage with it almost like a draft form. It's providing 80-90% of the way, but it's really important that a human overlooks this before it is published or used. Now we're going to look at a couple challenges and misconceptions. Sadly, sometimes people have a bad experience with ChatGPT because they don't understand the nuances of prompting and never return to these products. Not only are they continuously evolving, but so are we in our knowledge and experience with them. So please don't give up. Try it again. Hallucinations do definitely occur. These large language models are eager to please. So instead of saying that they don't know, they will often just make something up. So it's really important that you do proof check everything that is said. There's different models that cater for different tasks. ChatGPT 3.5 is a lot faster and it is cheaper if you're using the API as opposed to ChatGPT 4, which actually does provide better output. And then you've got other models like Claude, which can actually upload really long PDFs that's not available to do in ChatGPT. And own the error. As I said previously, sometimes we get a bad output and we'd like to so easily blame ChatGPT when really it's often the prompt that could be refined better. So I hope some of these tips, tricks, and common challenges and misconceptions have helped you in improving your prompting experience. Every week I send out an AI newsletter, so feel free to subscribe using the link tree in my bio. If you've got any questions about prompting, please drop them in the comments. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.